This is Off Track Podcast,
where each episode, one brother presents a project to be reviewed by the other.
Welcome to a special episode of the Off Track Podcast. We're going to do today a yearly recap of some of our favorite albums and kind of music moments that happened throughout the year. It was a crazy packed year for music, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it was a great year. We were really fed all year long with amazing albums. So what we're gonna do is we've put together a list of our top 10 albums, kind of like collectively between the two of us, that we'll go through and we'll go from back to front. Maybe before we dive into the actual list of albums we'll talk about today, maybe we just throw out a few honorable mentions of things that didn't make the list but that are definitely worth talking about. So maybe Parker, we can start with you. Do you have any honorable mentions to throw out there?
Oh man, yeah, there were a ton that didn't make it into this final top 10 list that we made. Starline by Chance the Rapper was the first one that didn't make it on this list for me. Deadbeat by Tame Impala has been amazing since it came out. Alfredo 2, Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist. Heart Sold Separately, Mariah the Scientist. One more I'll throw out there, To Dry a Tear by Kamari. Loved that album.
A good one. Most of those that you said are on my list as well. But I've got a list of 30 albums that are all fantastic and that
I've got a bunch more
here
that I kind of had to filter through, but yeah.
Yeah, some honorable mentions for me. Sable Fable by Bon Iver.
Yes,
was
100%.
A fantastic album. Honestly, I think this year was a really good year for the women rockers. Glutton for Punishment by Heartworms, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party by Hayley Williams, Something
absolutely.
to Consume by D Spitz. There was some amazing rock music by girl bands that came out this year. Other more in our typical hip hop lane that you haven't called out yet. Live Laugh Love by Earl Sweatshirt was a fantastic album. And then A Fine African Man by Nux. That was a super groovy, mixing hip hop and Afro beats. Yeah, no, I mean, we got a ton of fantastic music this year. Yeah, excited to get into our actual list.
Oh, and yeah, on top of the amazing albums that were dropped, there were also some really good just music moments that happened throughout the year. For me, I think you mentioned Hayley Williams' album, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party. One of my favorite music moments was she performed on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and she performed True Believer. Floored by the performance. It was really, really amazing. If anybody has not seen that performance, definitely go watch it. It's a powerful performance for sure.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it in our last episode that we recorded, and I haven't had the time to go check it out, but I need to. I love Hayley Williams. Everything she does is amazing.
Yeah.
One kind of similar to that, Bad Bunny had his I think it was a year-long residency in Puerto Rico that he was doing, and his final concert, I want to say it was September. That last concert was live streamed. I don't remember, it was probably on Telemundo or something, but I was actually hanging out with a bunch of Latino students from school that we were on a retreat for Latino students. And so that night, we put that on the TV, and it was just
that's so sick.
Such a powerful performance. People in the crowd were bawling. Mean, obviously his album Debí Tirar Más Fotos is a love letter to Puerto Rico, and you could feel the emotion. You could feel how much he just loves his country and his culture. And he's just obviously a fantastic performer.
Very few artists that have such a global impact, but also such a a cultural impact. Super cool to see what Bad Bunny is doing. I guess this will lead me into the next one. I'm super excited for his Super Bowl performance in a couple weeks. And earlier this year, Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance it feels like a long time ago. Amazing Super Bowl performance. Loved everything about that.
That was going to be one of my moments as well. And everything. Yeah. The choreography and the stage design was all so intricate. Some of that I feel I wasn't able to fully break down in the moment, but then after the fact, as I was seeing people break down what the kind of the references or symbolism was, but even in the moment, so many iconic moments. In that one of him walking past the camera, looking right in the camera's eyes as he says, "Hey Drake," or "Say Drake."
Yeah. There's something about Kendrick. He will put on a good show, and not just an entertaining show, but he like will do something with it like artistically beyond just the music, which is I think
Yeah.
super dope. And to use
Yeah.
the Super Bowl as a like platform for that is
Yeah.
just crazy. Like
Yeah, that was also my second music moment. And then I think maybe my last one is the West Coast East Coast rap beef with
yeah.
Joey Badass, Ray Vaughn. It was just like nothing serious, healthy hip hop competition, and also some like really hilarious like bars were dropped. So on both sides, like I think it really just elevated everyone who was involved. It allowed other people to kind of get in and get attention. And honestly,
Yeah,
there was a lot of really good bars from other people that I had never even heard of before the beef. So
for sure. And I feel like that culminated to the cipher that Big Sean
yeah,
like MC, Joey Badass, Absol, and Big Sean. Was it those three?
I think so. Yeah.
That was so dope. Okay, last one I'll mention real quick, and we're gonna talk about these guys more. I got the chance to see Clips in concert here in Detroit. Amazing, like phenomenal show for being like I think 52 and 48 or something. For being a little bit up there as far as like putting on a performance and rapping every night or every other night. They had some crazy energy. They were going bar for bar. It was super dope. Really, really cool concert. And we'll talk more about their album. But should
Yeah.
we get
Yeah.
into some of our favorite albums here?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
So we'll start kind of backwards up, start from the 10th spot. So we'll each kind of talk about five, and we're gonna listen to just one song from each album. And yeah, we'll talk about each of them as we get to them. The first album that we'll go over is A Matter of Time by Leve. Every time I say her name, I have this internal conflict on if I'm saying it right or not. I think it's Leve.
I think that sounds right.
I've listened to this album a ton since it came out. Just like a beautiful, it sounds like a soundtrack to like a musical or something. Just really good writing, really cool, like jazzy kind of grooves. I think my favorite song is Snow White. But I think the song that I want to play is Silver Lining, which is the sixth track on this album.
Beautiful.
I've been falling
Yeah.
in bad habits, staring into the abyss, drowning in red wine and sniffing cinnamon.
She has such a good voice, dude.
Yeah.
We've been kissing on the playground, acting like little kids, making dirty jokes and getting away with it. So I propose, it's long overdue. When you go to hell, I'll go there with you too.
Damn.
So good.
And when we're punished for being so cruel,
The harmony is so beautiful.
Yeah, so good.
I'll be there with you.
She's got great vocal range too.
Yeah.
Fell in love on a whim. Now we pirouette in fields of rosy sin. So I propose, it's long overdue. When you go to hell, I'll go there with you too.
So crazy.
That little run.
And when we're punished for being so cruel,
Again.
the
Yeah.
silver linings, I'll be there with you. The silver linings, I'll be there with you.
Damn. So good.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with Leve. I've like heard some of her music. My wife Haley, she listens to Leve quite a bit. So I've like definitely heard her
Yeah.
listening in the background. but like probably the first time I've like sat down and like really paid attention. This was so good.
This whole album is like very theatrical feeling. Like I love in this song, like the strings and the guitar in the background.
Yeah.
Like the rises and falls. She plays off of that so well.
This song like gave me a little bit of just in the way that there was this contrast between the kind of like old-timey sound of the music and how smooth her voice was. But then she's talking about like, when you go to hell, I'll be there with you too. And it's this kind of like tension or like dichotomy between like the beauty of what she's singing, and it's like a love song in the end, but at the same time she's saying like, we're gonna go to hell, like
right.
Like we pirouette in fields of rosy sin. Like there's these like contrasts. It kind of reminded me a little bit of some of Amy Winehouse's music. I feel like similar contrasts where she like talks about stuff that like the beauty, some of the like music she makes, it sounds super beautiful and you wouldn't expect her to be talking about crass or like dark subjects.
Right.
But she does. And that's kind of something that I was experiencing while listening to this song as well. Okay, so number 9, this is actually the only album on our list that we have already like talked about here on the channel. And it's God Does Like Ugly by JID. So we did a live reaction to that the night that it dropped. So if you guys want to see like a full video with all of the songs, feel free to go check that out. I had a really hard time thinking about what song to talk about on here. I think I have to go with Community featuring the Clips.
Also, I gotta say it's slightly crazy that God Does Like Ugly is 9 on this list. Just because of like how amazing of an album it is, but it just speaks to like how many good projects have been released this year. But anyways.
Yeah.
The pain made them understand shit. The sun tried to understand. The gun made me understand. The wind tried whispering the warning. The land shaking plus the rhythm is enormous. All the forces like a portal to a vortex, connected to the stars, just projecting where we part at.
Just this intro is already so
Aim
good.
a little dark.
Yeah.
Is in them apartments, dang. Jump a shot of joint a gang in them apartments. My mama say we gotta get away from them apartments. It's graves in them apartments, and they ain't got to end this way, cause we ain't start shit.
I don't give a fuck about no industry beef. Ain't nobody give a fuck when Tay was dead in the street. I don't do the shit you see on the screens. I've been tapped in with true things. I peep your rap cap and I unscrew things. I don't give a fuck about them niggas at the top. The biggest nigga on the block still get shot. Pop, you thinking pop, I'm thinking can't talk about that shit from
You gotta chill
you
out.
seen Fox. Lisa Al-Gaib, I see a tiny line of silver. A way to make a play, although they say it's unfamiliar. It's off the kilter. I say the words without a filter. You gotta have nerve, it'll make you stronger if it don't kill you. I'll put a bullet and bomb the fucking building before they try and kick us out the building. What about the children? When
Every
I
time
check
it
the
gets
news
me.
channel,
Every
I get
time.
a similar feeling, but still, we gon' make it to heaven, high water or hell. But don't throw Mount Lithonia where I honed into my brilliance. It was after then I took my talents right up to Virginia. Heard they said that she for love, her shit was good, her shit was gritty. I can tell you what it was, but let bro tell you what I'm missing. Pay attention.
What's missing in my hood, I identified. Then I brought white to my
straight into
hood.
it.
Shit, I gentrified. We had military arms, we would simplify. Point blank, let me simplify. I've been light post, corner boy, green box sitter, crack nigga. Tryna hustle up and act bigger. 6 deuce buyer, niggas really live the wire. From lookouts, then we meteor to suppliers. Apartments, the projects, the ghettos, all the same shit. Crazy how we hopscotch and double dutch danger. Between ADHD and all the pills that you gave us, how we supposed to process this anger?
The rain couldn't understand it. The pain made them understand shit. The sun tried to understand, connected to the stars, just projecting where we part at. Pull up where you
This is
park
one of the
at.
best rap verses
Aim a
right
little
here.
dark. Where your bark at?
My ghetto's not your culture. Niggas really die here. So hard to say goodbye. Is the only lullaby here. Kilos turning boys to men. Gotta pick a side here. Some with Jesus Shuttlesworth. Some of us were Nasir's as time goes by. It's an eye for an eye here. My niggas mob deep. The fittest gon' survive here. We New Jersey drive here. Chop, shop, ride here. This Jack in the box shouldn't come as no surprise here. You niggas drink their own street cred. Gets denied here. Section 8 living, we treat it like a timeshare. Mother, auntie, cousin couldn't tell you who reside there, but never seen a father that was government devised here. Conquer and divide here, crash and collide here. When kings can't raise a young prince, the doves cry here. Candy lady right there, zombie land right there. Them apartments be the perfect backdrop for any nightmare.
Yeah, that last verse from Malice is just ridiculous, and like so many references to other music woven in there, just like super intricately. And then the way it ends with them apartments, which is like what ID's verse started with at the beginning. Yeah, no, it's just amazing. Kings can't raise a young prince, the doves cry here.
Yeah,
some amazing lines all throughout, but that last verse really takes the cake.
Yeah, definitely.
Whole project is amazing. Definitely, if you haven't checked it out, go take a listen. You can watch through our live reaction as well.
JID, he's one of those dudes. He is like, by the time his career is over, he's gonna be right up there with like the very best. In my eyes, he already is, like, currently. Next one, Ego Trip. This is an album that like came out of the blue. So Ego Trip by John Michael and Anthony James.
Yeah.
I don't think many people knew who the hell these guys were before this album dropped. We'll listen to the title track of this album. This whole thing is just amazing.
What's the lesson plan? I'm praying to be greater than. I'm grateful for the struggle, cause the struggle what created man. My head is fucking ringing, I've been saved by the bell. I took my problems upon problems, made them meek with a wealth. Look, I'm talking about me, nigga, fuck what you do. I'm about to spend all this money on nothing and post it. I hope you enjoy the view. I got a whole lot of people that's telling me, listen up, Jam, that's not what you do. I never take advice from nobody, and I ain't taking nothing from you fool.
Those drums in the back.
Yeah. In my head, I'm thinking about green. They say, boy, you need some help. I'm just glad they think about me. I can do it all with no help. Don't want no one else on my team. Look, if I said it, I meant it, so don't get offended whenever I mention it. I'm about to blow the speakers right by your body when I'm putting out right on rich. I'm finna murder that money like Bobby. How a hot nigga taking your bitch? I'm in the abyss, don't need an advance. I got a chick and that girl like to dance. I got a dollar that's making me bands. Me and my niggas, we going to France. I promise I'm arrogant. This clashing with my passion, with my moral stand. But checks is cashing from a hobby, I've been making fans. I pray for strength and now I know that I'm seeing this light. I got some people that telling me different, now it's definitive, feeling is right. I got some problems I put to the side, I know it's a sin, but I'm feeling some pride. My nigga, we winning, it's not a surprise. The shit that I'm spitting, they put in the pot. So don't tell me about your progress. I don't care about nothing but myself, and that's a promise. I'm just being honest, so baby, don't go searching for me. My mama told me being selfish is the person to be. Listen, I know it hurts, but I'm finding freedom on this being path. My steps forward got a lot of niggas taking back. I've been blessed more than ever deserved. I look around and thank God I've been a fan of his work. I'm saying.
So good. I love like a minimalist, hip hop track, but I love when they go in like this and just like they just keep adding stuff into the beat, and like this maximalist type of production is so dope.
Yeah. There's definitely, like, throughout this entire album, I think Anthony James takes a lot of inspiration from some earlier Kanye type production, with kind of like taking old soul samples and flipping those, sometimes doing a bit of the Chipmunk soul type sound. But yeah, then that like maximalism from like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then like John Michael, like the whole album. It's so interesting because it's like it's a pretty thematic album. It's like the title Ego Trip of this song and of the album. Most of the songs, if not every song, like examines some like lens on like selfishness versus selflessness, like finding who you are and being proud of who you are versus like humility. You can hear some of that in here, right? Like
definitely.
I promise I'm arrogant. I'm fucking the system. I'm Black and American. He says something about like, my mama told me being selfish is the person to be. And listen, I know it hurts, but I'm finding freedom on this beaten path. And like in each song, it feels like he hasn't really found the answer on like what the right balance is between like prioritizing yourself, being proud of who you are, like having confidence versus being ego driven, be like egotistical or whatever. Like, and so
Yeah.
he's kind of exploring all of those concepts throughout the entire album.
One
Anyways,
of
it's a
my
great album.
favorites on this album, the second to last track, I think it's second to last, World's End, is
Yeah.
like a phenomenal, like it feels like a culminating, everything is getting to that point. One of the best tracks of the year for sure. I hope they keep releasing stuff like that. I would love to see another project come
Yeah.
out from these guys.
It'll be interesting to see whether they like continue working together as like a rapper producer duo, or if they kind of part ways and start working with other artists.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Next album, 7 on the list, is Virgin by Lorde. Lorde is another one of those artists that like everything she touches is gold.
Yeah.
She is a generational artist, and she's still like super young, because when her career started, she was a teenager. She was probably like 16 or something. A lot of career ahead of her. And she is consistently putting out like some amazing bodies of work. And Virgin is right up there with, with her previous albums that were amazing. Just like a ton of vulnerability. Definitely like some maturing has taken place. I think Virgin really reflects that. One of my favorite songs is Shapeshifter, the third track.
Chewing gum, I know, don't have a sour taste that's in my throat, but the voice in my head says, do you have the stones? When you get close enough, I let down my braids, and you climb up in my room. We can't do anything you want. Everyone that I've slept with, all the pairs of hands, I'm reckless. If I'm fine without it, why gotta stop? Everything I want speeding up my pulse. I don't sleep, don't dream at all. Giving nothing personal, so I'm not affected. Been the siren, been the saint. I've been the fruit that leaves a stain. I've been up on the pedestal, but tonight I just wanna fall.
I love this production. It's so dope.
Tonight I just wanna fall. Visions of a teenage innocence. How'd I shift shape like that? Everyone that I've slept with, all the metal that I've messaged. If I'm fine without it, why gotta stop? Everything I want speeding up my pulse. I don't sleep, don't dream at all. Giving nothing personal, so I'm not affected. I've been the ice, I've been the flame. I've been the prize, the ball, the chain. I've been the dice, the magic game, so I'm not affected. I've been the siren, I wish insane. I've been the fruit that changes. I've been up on the pedestal, but tonight I just wanna fall.
I love these strings like that.
Yeah.
Tonight I just wanna fall you out and pull you in. Swear that you were just friends, and when it's all over again, say I'm not affected. I'll kick you out. I wish again. Swear that you were just friends, and when it's all over again, say I'm not affected. No, I'm not affected. But tonight I just wanna fall.
Man.
So good.
She like captures like this feeling. She's like in the lyrics going back and forth about like how she's seen herself change, and how she's one thing and she's another.
Yeah, I think Lorde has like a really special combination of like, she clearly has like an ear and like for writing just like hooks and melodies that are just like get stuck in your head. That first verse, she's basically like talking it, she's like speaking it, and there's almost no melody to it. And then as soon as the chorus comes in or whatever, that's the first like hint of melody, and it's just like so good. It's just like so catchy. That combined with like immaculate production on this, and then combined with like the themes that she's talking about in her lyrics, and like how she's exploring like her own kind of like experience with like relationships and getting really vulnerable on how she uses sex or kind of like romantic relationships to kind of like get self like validation or self-esteem, and she like gets super personal on this song but also on the entire album. It's just like a really special combination that it's like, that is why she has like 3 completely classic albums. Next album on our list, number 6, is The Boy Who Played the Harp by Dave. I feel like Dave is an artist that people have like divided opinions on. For sure. He does sometimes fit into the like stereotype of like woke rapper that like talks about like social issues in his music, and it's sometimes like a little on the nose. For some people that's kind of like turns them off, and that's fine. I personally think I respect the hell out of him for like using his platform to talk about stuff that's important. His aesthetic quality of choices is always so good that like I think it works. So that's my personal take, but I think this album, Boy Who Played the Harp, was one of the best albums of the year. I wanted to listen to Selfish featuring James Blake. And there's a few songs on this album, or maybe 2 that feature James Blake, but like James Blake again is one of those artists that like you can't, he doesn't miss.
I love this track, Selfish. Beautiful piano to start.
What if I'm selfish? What if I'm the reason behind it? What if I'm overprotected with family because of how mine is? What if I'm jealous? Maybe that's what's making me nervous. What if my effort of pulling you closer, pushing you further? What if I'm selfish? What if the reason they call me the greatest is also the reason that me and you living on different pages? What if I'm too much? What if I settled and I didn't fight? What if my fear of doing it wrong's the reason I haven't been doing it right? Maybe it's dark, maybe it's day, maybe it's too many nights in LA. Look at the house, it's sorry and still all of the feelings we hid in the hills. Maybe it's you, maybe
but that
it's
like
me,
echoey bass beat came in.
My heart, I laid it bare. Funny you went and you poked it. What if it's better with me out of way? What if it's better with me out of like? What if it's better with me out of way? What if I'm poison? What if I'm cancer? What if I'm dangerous and I'm wild? Look in my eyes and seeing a child. What if he's broken? What if he's scared? What if he's ostracized and vilified? See, peace is just an illusion. Ain't got a home, I live in confusion. What if I'm selfish? Forever, 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 I manage the symptoms forever.
So good.
You can love how you want. I know to give is no loss. But can you settle for a second?
James Blake's voice. There's just such a special quality to it.
Done a lot of things I regret. Like announcing our split on a text. Don't know why, but I still buy gifts for my ex. Watching her stories to see if she checks. I'm a mess, I don't know if my head's in a game. She told me don't mention her name. I'm suggesting the same. I'ma get through the pain. Wanna see the sunshine, gotta get through the rain. Bag full of trauma, I left on the train. I'm ashamed for the days that I said that I changed. I'm a cheat. Sat in a therapist chair crying like a baby in the middle of a Harley Street. Like I'm fighting a sickness that I can't beat. I'm this low, and then I go mad. Reflection telling me I'm just like my dad. And this white woman telling me it ain't so bad. Middle of my sentence, she cut me off like, sorry David, we don't have any more time. The appointment till 4 and it's 3:55, bro. I feel like she wouldn't even care if I died. Man, I tried to do this therapy shit. Man, I tried to do this therapy shit, bro. I know, wouldn't even say I'm depressed, but I'm low in the Grove, the casino and Edgware Road. I've got too many sins to atone, and a voice in my head like, at this point where you should have been rich, like, at this point where you should have had kids, like, at this point should have built you a life, like, look around you, don't you feel you're behind, like, look around you, don't you feel you're behind, like, look around you, don't you feel like, What if I never find love? Don't know if it's scarier, the four of us two together or being alone. I'm so used to being alone. What if I'm scared as I touch 27 that you don't appear in my idea of heaven? Or what if I'm selfish?
Damn. So good.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful, beautiful song.
The production is fantastic. I love like the way it starts out with the piano, and then in the chorus there's like this like the really echoey like deep synth bass that comes in, and then it ends off with like a acoustic guitar finger picked, and then that like very last part, I don't know if that's like a voice or like some type of instrument, the like super high that was just kind of like going up and kind of fading out at the very end there.
I know a lot of times James Blake likes to, like in the first verse, James Blake had background vocals and they're usually like very high, kind of like whispery. I don't think he can get that high. Could have still potentially been his voice just like pitched up. Such a good representation of like the inside of somebody's mind that is just like jumbled with all of these doubts and thoughts of selfishness. Obviously, like such a beautiful song.
Yeah, this whole album too, it gets vulnerable, it gets personal. So I like is some of the type of shit that I love, like artists kind of talking about you know, this stuff that's really important, and but can be kind of like scary to talk about, and like doing it on such a public platform I think is like super powerful. So
fifth album here, Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon. I know we both love this album. McKinley Dixon is just like just such an interesting like musical mind, like different from most of everything else that's coming out right now. Very cool, like rapping over a live band, which is like not super common, but when it's done right is like just amazing.
We got to shout out our little brother Josh, who initially introduced us to this artist McKinley Dixon, like I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago. He was really the vision that like introduced us to this guy, but glad he did, because this is one of the best albums of this year.
For sure. I think the track that I wanted to listen to was the second track, Sugar Water.
Collecting once, now I'll never move again alone. Made a couple dollars from fist filled with rockin' broken home. Y'all finna see, making it so all my loved ones known. Doing it so that the girl could drape up on my collarbone. Can't make my peace. Can't make my peace. I'll give my soul. I'll give my soul, yeah. Okay. Some been getting this revenge. Feel the heat, you hear it buzzing. How we raising from the ground.
That bass is so sick.
With my cousin said I put that shit on everything. Everything it wasn't. The sunlight gon' take us back one day. Well, I mean, I guess if it don't kill you, make you harder. Bring them back just for my heart. Shit, it seem an easy border. Groovy nigga walking in, you can hear it in his songs and hear the melody. He don't walk, he do his little dance on water, boy. As the plot thickens, my niggas be clicking. Hard bottoms, 3 a.m. on the floor in the kitchen.
No room for playing cool, the school of give and take. Too many homies that we know
this
no more.
This flow is so fun.
So time keep moving forwards feels like yesterday. My big bro told me every song you makes a picture of forever. Oh, then once you let it out and spread it around like aerosol. We speak your name up like you famous, bro, you never lost. You speaking through us, we gon' boot up through whatever course.
On all the concrete cracked and birthed a new host. I seen him swing his hand, he get down a whole light post. Was happy when I seen him, his dance a beautiful sight. Now I take a step back, seen him in a different light. Goddamn, what I done did, what have I promised him? The chances are so slim, I can't have brought that kid. Laughing now, mumbles can't believe that I was finished. Looks to me, says no time to waste. Boy, let's get back in it, come on.
So dope. Super fun, super jazzy.
High energy.
Like you can hear the live instruments and like great rapping over top of it all.
Yeah. I love the transition from the like chorus parts, like the do 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 do, and like the choir chorus kind of singing along, and then it all drops out, and then you have like the bass, the like string bass, and that transition is just so cool. And then like McKinley Dixon just going in over top of that, it's so sick. Okay, the next one, number 4 on our list. This is really the last one where our lists are like kind of different, and then the top 3 we were like pretty unanimous on. I'm going to bring for number 4 the album The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu by Ray Vaughn. I mentioned Ray Vaughn at the top with the East Coast, West Coast rap beef. He's had a year for himself. This album, I think it falls into the genre of like rappers kind of like talking about some of like the realities of where they came from and like what that is like on a very like personal level, and talking about kind of like the impacts of poverty and a lot of the problems that they saw growing up or are continuing to see among people they love. This album overall is like very, it can be a little heavy in some parts because of that, but it's really good.
This is one that I honestly need to spend more time on. I've got a couple of these songs on a playlist, but I need to run this through again for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's listen to Dollar Menu.
Dollar menu saved my life. Maybe everything gon' be alright. 10-piece, but my mama didn't eat that night. Promise I'ma keep it 99 cents for life. Last night I had sleep for dinner. For dinner. Mama, okay. Mama, okay, stepped out a dope fiend. Know how to sell drugs, know how to sell dreams. Age of 14, I was doing my own thing. But mama, I'm hungry. Cause last night I had sleep for dinner. In my conscience, he weighed more than me. From the women I hurt, from the people I leave, from the fires I feed. Found a job on Indeed, cause last night I only had sleep for dinner. In Hell's Kitchen with the recipe for disaster. In Long Beach, donate plasma. Would donate my sperm, but I can't cause I know how I feel to be bastard. And last night I only had sleep for dinner. Couldn't even afford a TV dinner.
I'm about to give it to you. Just like that, motherfucker.
Beat switch.
Yeah, standing on couches cause I'm tryna fuck that bitch, bring the bottles to me. Y'all be in DMs begging these hoes, I feed off the dollar menu. Yeah, started off broke, now I got that money on Blicky, I got it with me. Yeah, y'all be in DMs begging these hoes, I feed off the dollar menu. Barry Bonds, when I do my look, every time. Pop out, got them shook, every time. Niggas always cry wolf, every time. Putting money on books, every time. And it's like that. Gotta go out and never look twice at. Everything going good like a white staff. I been tearing through the city in a white cat. Standing on couches cause I'm tryna fuck that bitch, bring the bottles to me. Y'all be in DMs begging these hoes, I feed off the dollar menu. If I got a roster, might catch a bougie bitch leaving my Costa. Leaving the crib out. She want the tea, but she only gon' take walk the chains of my shopper. Just get a t-shirt. She don't fuck with scrubs, cause she want that body that she get from doctors. Come fuck with a whopper. Come fuck with a whopper. I'm standing on couches cause I'm tryna fuck that bitch, bringing bottles to me. Y'all be in DMs begging these hoes, I feed off the dollar menu. Started off broke, now I got that money on Blicky, I got it with it. Y'all be in DMs begging these hoes, I feed off the dollar menu.
I gotta get a fucking job, dog. Listen to this voice my mama left me talking crazy.
Your grown ass borrowing money from a 17-year-old. Quit going to get motherfuckers, you irresponsible bitch. Pay this boy his motherfucking money before I air your shit out.
Before I air your shit out. Damn, dude, the contrast from the beginning of that song and then the beat switch to the second half is crazy. Rapping his ass off.
Yeah, I was gonna say the beat on the second half and his flows over it are both just like filthy. I think you were reacting to the same line that I always think is crazy. It's like, in Long Beach, donating plasma, would donate my sperm, but I can't because I know how it feels to be a bastard. Continually repeating the like, last night I only had sleep for dinner. It's kind of sandwiched because so there's that, the first part that's kind of like talking about the struggles of like living in poverty when you don't have enough to even like buy food for yourself, trying to find a job, trying to find ways to like make money. And then there's like the second part, which is like him flexing, just like talking about how much money he has. I do think it's really funny, like, because it's like dollar menu, and in the first half he talks about how like the dollar menu saved him or whatever, and then in the second half he makes a bunch of references to like fast food chains, but like in other, so like he talks about Big Mac, like having a Mac 12, a gun. He talks about like, if you want to come fuck with a Whopper or whatever. And then he sandwiches at the end, it kind of goes back to showing the perspective of someone who's kind of like struggling with this voicemail from his mom. and where he like borrowed money from like, you know, a 17-year-old, his mom, one of his mom's kids or whatever, and she's like getting pissed at him. Anyways, it's like it almost makes you wonder if that second part of him flexing, if that's like just a face he's putting on at this point where he's like pretending he has all this stuff, but in reality, like what his life is really the more struggle aspects of it. I think it's a really interesting song. The whole album, I think is super thought provoking. We're down to our last three, where like we both were just really on the same wavelength with these three being just amazing albums.
So this third one that we have is Debí Tirar Más Fotos by Bad Bunny, which came out early. Pretty early this year, right? Was it like February?
It was January, I think.
Yeah. Oh, January. Damn. Yeah, so it's been out for a while now. Even people that like don't know a lick of Spanish love this album just like sonically and musically. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then if you understand like the messages and lyrics that he's talking about, it just takes it to like a whole other level. You mentioned it earlier, but it really is like a beautiful love letter to Puerto Rico. And it's really, really cool actually to see like what this has done for Puerto Ricans, for Latinos in general, for people that like are trying to understand better the situation. This is a really, really phenomenal album.
Yeah. But it's my favorite album of his. And he has some fantastic music, but like he's always thrown in little sprinkles of like being political into his music. But like this album, more so than any other album of his, like really has
like
a
head
strong
on
focus. Yeah, the way it weaves together different sounds from Latin music is just like
so cool.
It makes it such a fun groove. And then like if you dig into the lyrics, it's like super, super thought provoking. I feel like we're gonna have a hard time deciding what to listen to.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's what I would love to listen to Hawaii. And here's the thing, it's like not the funnest song on the album by any means. Like it's one of the most low-key songs on the album, but it's, in my opinion, it's super hard hitting, the lyrics.
I agree with you. I was going to suggest that one, or Voy a Llevarte a Puerto Rico, the second track. But I agree with you. I think the Hawaii song is, I think it really well encapsulates like what this album is about. Not one of like the more popular ones necessarily, but.
Yeah. And that was the other thing I was going to say, like, that might be, I mean, people have heard all of the other songs like in clubs or whatever, like on TikTok.
Or on social media, because a lot of these are used as audios.
This one might be one that people haven't heard if they haven't like listened through the whole album. But I do got to shout out though, like Baile Inolvidable is such a fun song.
Yeah.
Like literally every La Mudanza, the last song on here.
Turista.
Café con Ron.
The title track, the Tirar Más Fotos, the second
even the first song, Nueva York.
Nueva York.
So like dude. You just can't go wrong with this album.
Ella se ve bonita, que a veces le vaya mal. En los ojos una sonrisa, aguantándose llorar. La espuma de sus orillas parecieran de champán. Son alcohol para las heridas, para la tristeza bailar. Son alcohol para las heridas, porque hay mucho que sanar. Del monte adentro no se puede respirar. Las nubes están más cerca, con Dios se puede hablar. Si oye el jíbaro llorando, otro más que se marchó. Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa. Quieren el barrio mío y que abuelita se vaya. No suelten la bandera ni olviden la lolay. Que no quiero que hagan contigo lo que le pasó a Hawaii.
Shit, dude.
Okay, we'll pause it there real quick.
It's giving me chills. Like,
even before we get into the lyrics, I love like the beginning of this song sounds like the production is about to go into like a reggaeton, like that classic early 2000s reggaeton production. Like maintains that, but like very
low key.
Yeah, very low key. And it really hones you in on like what he's saying. Yeah, chills. Literal chills.
So he starts out by saying, "This was a dream that I had," and then he goes into the verse, and he's talking about like a woman, beautiful, even though sometimes it goes like things go wrong, puts on a smile, but she's like trying to hold back tears. It's a little abstract. It's talking about someone who's like going through stuff, using alcohol for the wounds, and you like dance through the pain, things like that. And then this last line of that first verse, I think, really like starts painting the picture of what he's talking about. He didn't want to go to Orlando, but the corrupt person like threw him out, something like that. And that's the end of the first verse, and then he starts going into the chorus, and this is where like the chills really start.
Talking about how like they want to take the beautiful landscape, like the rivers, they want to take the beach from them. They want to take his old neighborhood and, you know, essentially kick his grandma out because, you know, richer people are moving in, and they want to, you know, make room for that. And then the punchline is, I don't want what happened to Hawaii to happen here. Essentially, I don't want that to happen to you in Puerto Rico.
And the way his voice, like his vocal like performance of it is just like so heartfelt and like low key, but like in a way that's just like devastating, you know?
Yeah, a somber delivery that he's got on this.
And the fact that as Americans, I think it really makes you just like have to stop and reflect and be like, there's like shit going on in Puerto Rico. It's getting gentrified. And like as a country, we have not given them like fair representation, and so they have like no political power, at least at like from like the national level. And like so much of that gentrification does come from the US, and the fact that it's so easy for tourists from the US to go to Puerto Rico. But then the fact that he's like comparing it to Hawaii, and like the fact is, like, I think it's been changing in recent years, people's awareness of kind of like the attitudes of Native Hawaiians to like what has been happening in Hawaii. But I think for so long, I think for a lot of like our parents and stuff, that was not a normal thing to kind of like be aware of. And so I think it's like still very slowly changing kind of like the attitudes. And so like I think making that comparison to Hawaii, which is a place that often a lot of people just like don't even think twice about, like it's just a vacation destination, it's beautiful, like who wouldn't want to go to Hawaii? And to hear this guy from Puerto Rico just being so like somber and being like, I really, really don't want what happened to Hawaii to happen to you, to his like home, you know, land or whatever, is just like, fuck.
Two cases of the same thing, just at different stages. You know, Hawaii is like long past the, you know, the stage of where Puerto Rico's at right now. And yeah, it's just like, damn. Yeah. Anyway, should we keep this going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cuidado, Luis. Cuidado.
Such a sick little solo.
Yeah.
Aquí nadie quiso irse y quien se fue sueña con volver. Si algún día me tocara, que mucho me va a doler. Otra jíbara luchando, una que no se dejó. No quería irse tampoco y en la isla se quedó. Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa. Quieren al barrio mío y que tus hijos se vayan. No sueltes la bandera ni olvides la lolay. Que no quiero que hagan contigo lo que le pasó a Hawaii. No sueltes la bandera.
Damn. It just hits hard.
If he performs that at the Super Bowl, like like that big of a, I might cry. To be honest. Like that would be so powerful if he performed that like on a world stage like that. Yeah, especially after like he didn't even tour this album in the US. And like that's a whole other thing. Gotta believe that he's gonna, similar to the way that Kendrick like used that stage to say something. I gotta believe that Bad Bunny's gonna do the same. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Second verse, just to quickly translate.
Oh yeah.
He basically says, no one here wanted to leave, and whoever has left like dreams of coming home. And if at some point I have to leave, like how painful it will be. And then like when he repeats the chorus where he previously had said when they want to take my neighborhood, and they want my grandma, they want to kick my grandma out. This time he says they want to take my neighborhood and they want that your sons will leave. So it's just like it's kind of like bringing in the whole community and being like, look, like we're all kind of victims of this, like people kind of coming in profiting off of our land and our culture, and the consequences of that being everyone who's from here can't afford to live here anymore. They have to go to, what did he say, Miami or something. The way that that final chorus ended, the music cutting out, he said, I don't want them to do to you. And before he can finish saying that, like what they did to Hawaii, it like cuts off, everything goes silent for a second, and then the music kind of comes back in, and this whole time it's like it's been swelling to this like crescendo, to this kind of like climax at the very end, and it's just so powerful.
Yeah, man, I'm like
so,
getting chills thinking about it.
Love this album.
Yeah,
it was my most listened album of this year.
It was one of mine for sure.
Okay, should we move on to number 2? I like can't believe with all of these 3, like I can't believe anything could top Debí Tirar Más Fotos.
I think all 3 of these could take the number 1 spot.
Yeah,
easily.
exactly.
So number 2 is Rosalia's newest album, Lux, which came out not too long ago, like early November, I want to say. And in the short time that it's been out, it already like it very, very quickly, like after first listen, rose to like the tops of my list for album of the year. Just like a very ambitious album. She combines a lot of her classical training and influences with like everything else that she's done. All of her albums have been like so different. I feel like it's really cool to see like an artist that has such good range musically.
Yeah, no, this is a fantastic album. I mean, it's got like classical music like sprinkled in. It's like it's a concept album, and like you should go listen to it. Like you'll have to, it's in like 12 different languages or something, because it takes saints from different areas of the world and sings about them in those languages. Anybody who hasn't listened through this is a really like interesting listen. It's going to be so different from anything else that you've heard this year, but just like really, really fantastic album.
You could play like damn near any of these. There's like a really good 3 stretch run in the middle. Porcelana is really, really good. Mi Cristo Piangi Diamanti, the one right after, and then Bergain after that. It's just like so many, and then La Perla right after that. Honestly, I really like that one, La Perla, with Yaritza y su esencia. Let's do it. This is track number 7 on this album.
Hola, ladrón de paz, campo de minas para mi sensibilidad. Playboy, un campeón, gasta el dinero que tiene y también el que no. Él es tan encantador, estrella de la sin razón, un espejismo, medalla olímpica de oro, el más cabrón. Tienes el podio de la gran desilusión. Decepción local, rompe corazones nacional, un terrorista emocional, el mayor desastre mundial. Es una perla, nadie se fía. Es una perla, una de mucho cuidado. Él es el centro del mundo y ya después lo demás quedará.
Her voice is so good.
Fuimos a terapia, vas al psicólogo, también psiquiatra. Pero ¿de qué te sirve si siempre mientes más que hablas? No me das pena.
el gangue.
Bueno, es que, claro, no referirse a él como icono sería para él una narrativa reduccionista, ¿me entiendes? Nunca le prestes nada, no lo devolverá, desaparecerá. La decepción local rompe corazones nacional, un terrorista emocional, el mayor desastre mundial. Es una perla, nadie se fía, es una perla, una de mucho cuidado.
So fun.
And to be honest, like out of all the songs on this is probably one of the more like toned down
oh yeah, for sure.
songs. Like a lot of these other songs like lean way heavier into the classical like orchestra.
Yeah, I like the little like waltz beat in the background at first
Dun,
with like
dun,
a guitar.
Dun,
and then the
dun,
strings come in.
Yeah, it's so dope. As far as I could tell, I think this one is only sung in Spanish, but there are a lot of other songs on this album that are sung in like have Italian, even Japanese,
German,
like German, I think French. It is like when you're listening to it, you can almost not even tell that she has started singing in a different language. It is like seamless the way that she transitions. And also it's just hella impressive that she can even sing in that many languages.
This song is kind of like sounds like talking about a guy, hello, thief of peace or whatever. You're a playboy, a champion. And then like later she kind of talks about like how all you do is lie. She's like, you finally went to therapy. You went to the psychologist and psychiatrist, but like what will it serve you if you're always just lying to them or whatever. The last verse, I guess, like she just like starts speaking and she's like, well, of course, like I didn't refer to him as an icon because that would be kind of like a reductionist narrative, don't you think? And it's just like really just like kind of a funny little like moment at the end.
The chorus is also just like so funny. She's like, he has a podium of like grand illusion and deception. He just breaks hearts. She calls him a emotional terrorist, like a grand disaster, basically.
Yeah, a global disaster.
A global disaster. And then says that, you know, he's a pearl.
Yeah. Anybody who's listening to this hasn't had a chance to listen through to this album, give it a chance. Like, if the classical music turns you off at first, like that's fine. Like, give it one chance to listen through the whole album.
It is an experience.
I think it'll convert you. All right, should we talk about our number one album
of the year right here?
So you probably could have figured it out based on what we've been saying earlier in this episode, but our top album of the year is Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clips.
This was my most listened to album, and it came out in July, so that's
that's saying something.
Just like hip hop album perfection, like and the fact that it's Clips, Pusha T, and Malice, these two brothers who like did their thing in the early 2000s, and like late 90s, and then Malice, as we know, like, you know, split from the group, was doing kind of his own personal stuff, and Pusha T went on to have like an amazing solo career. And for them to reunite on this is just like, and produced by Pharrell Williams. Just like, come on, man.
It kind of brings back, I mean, Clips and Pusha T have always been known for their like rapping about the coke life, and like you get a lot of that in here, and it's amazing how much wordplay you can have into like the topic of dealing coke. But like they do it so well, and they weave it in with cultural references. But then they also have songs on here that get personal and like get introspective. So it's just like a really, really fantastic album, like you said, with great production, also some really awesome features.
Amazing features.
Kendrick, Tyler, Stove God Cooks, Nas is on here.
Pharrell Williams does some vocal appearances on top of the production, obviously.
This is another one.
Yeah,
like,
what song are we about to listen to?
Okay, my like initial thought are Ace Trumpets, POV.
That 3-run stretch, POV, So Be It, and Ace Trumpets, amazing. I love all three of those.
Well, and Chains and Whips is also amazing.
I really, really like FICO with Stove
I do
God
too.
Cooks.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, Blow to the Face.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't know which one we should listen to. My top two would be Ace Trumpets or FICO. One of those two. Do you have a preference? Do we just listen to both?
You know what? Let's do both. It's our
run
number
Ace.
one.
Yeah, let's run Ace Trumpets and then we'll listen to FICO.
All right.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Ballerinas,
I love
doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose modes. Yellow diamonds look like PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P, niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I call you little Michis. It's easy, how could you and me be? Ever seen his peers, can't compare, you just CC. Don't you know these clears in my ears, only VVs? White glove service with the brick, I am Luigi. Sold ecstasy and disappeared, I am Houdini. Look at them, him and him, still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees. At your interviews, I just kiki, life's peachy. ASAP with Riri, you rappers all beneath me. But love like the
amazing,
Bee-Gees. International flights connect me to the Wi-Fi. The only way you reach me. Ballerinas, doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Henny Alavaca, Panama fishing village, visiting with Papa, with choppers. All of you in pasta, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just sorted looked like it was built by NASA. Over $500,000 we call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my piece like I'm Mahatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa.
So good.
Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Persona non grata, mi casa su casa. Drugs killed my team spirit, welcome to Nirvana. You was Fuji Lala, I was Alibaba. Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata, island wearing tie-dye. Umbrella in my rolls, match the one that's in this Mata. Listen, you are not I, cross T's, dot I's. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. Ballerinas, doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose modes.
The fact that Pusha T delivered like a flawless verse to open this song, and then Malice follows it up with an even better verse. It's just insane.
Yeah, both of them carry their rhyme schemes throughout their entire verse. I love Pusha's rhyme scheme of like using these like letters like VVs, GTs, and like somehow and like not all of it is just letters like please me, Luigi. But like that's such a random
ASAP with Riri.
Yeah,
that's so good.
I also love how yellow diamonds look like pee-pee. One of the most iconic lines of the
all-time line right there.
White glove service with the brick, I am Luigi. Sold ecstasy and disappeared, I am Houdini. First of all, I just love the reference of like white glove service, but then like Luigi, bricks also being like a Mario thing, but then obviously also like cocaine, disappeared and I'm Houdini. And then I love the fact that there's a callback to this line at the end of Malice's verse, sold ecstasy and disappeared, I'm Houdini. So he's talking about like how good he is at like evading the law. But then Malice comes and he says, I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. And like he actually disappeared like from the music scene and now he's back. I just love that callback.
Never leaving home without my piece like I'm Mahatma.
I love it.
Dude,
I love it.
Or just opening his verse with penne alla vodka. Like, who the fuck does that? Who does that?
Well, then he like there's a few other, it's like penne alla vodka, over $500,000 we call focaccia. So it's like this kind of like Italian food reference. And he also says all of you impasta. So it's like this kind of like weird like Italian food reference, and then like Ferrari is Italian, but then he also like morphs it and he starts talking about these like Lion King references. So it's like I'm Mufasa, Hakuna Matata, island wearing tie-dye. Entire song, both verses are perfect. I also love the like imagery of ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. And then like strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow is like the.
Do we want to listen to FICO? Yeah, let's run it.
I remember late nights, pissy hallways, driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll, and waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust the mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. If you re-ing up with us, then your credit score gotta be FICO. I'm talking 850 a bus. See, you really willpower when you make niggas balance on tight ropes. They know they not much for the blood. Have my man shoot your block, I'ma send his ass far as the flight go. Ain't worry about ducking the judge. Keep frontin' for your bitches, cause any minute repo might show. You know that shit up in a month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling a maestro, cause time that heavy can crush when you pay a nigga back like it's Lil Wayne whispering die slow. The last words you hear in the trunk. You don't know what I know.
I love this chorus.
You ain't seen what I
from Stove God Cooks.
No, you ain't been where I go. With a fetty so strong you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. I was 5'6", shoulder with a chip. Wish a nigga to take mine. Index yank till it's numb. Used to call me Windex, cause this thing I spray gon' make you change minds. I done seen Hercules run. We was power lifting 2.2s. Nah, we ain't throw gang signs. My brick walk was second to none. I would have them take a number like DMV. That was the baseline. Check out or register 1. Miami niggas like Big Perm, cause they numbers was phase on. Cuban showed me nothing but love. When it come down to it, every string of bell just needs an Avon who won't sweep it under the rug. On the road with a load near the brake line, I knew where to place mine. I don't keep the gun in the glove. Hit the turnpike with the running lights that be on in the daytime. Cause K9 sniff out a crumb. Hands 3 and 9 on the wheel as I'm crossing the state line. Dumb diddy, dumb diddy, dumb. Survival of the fittest. You either get acquitted or FaceTime. I done had an infamous run. My story gon' hit the first 48, then it's on Dateline. Cause this really shit I done. You don't know what I know.
So good.
You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a fetty so strong, you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out.
Damn. Yeah,
So
that
So
chorus
good.
from Stove God Cooks is so. I love the like with the fetty so strong that you gotta bag it with one eye closed. It's such a funny
the
visual.
Fetty Wap reference.
Yeah, so many
Yeah.
good lines.
And the production on this song is nuts. I loved seeing Pharrell get back to like this kind of production for a while. Of like he hasn't done a ton of hip hop recently.
In Push's verse, he's got like an A-B type of rhyme scheme.
Mhm.
And it's like multi-syllable too. I-O rhyme scheme, right? So
Mhm.
it's like
Fight
I'm gonna
go.
send as far as the flight go.
Yeah.
Because any minute Reaper might show. But then he alternates that with a like short U sound. They know they're not much for the blood. And it's like
Yeah.
a 5-syllable rhyme. Much for the blood, shit up in a month, heavy can crush.
Stuck in a
words
rut.
you
They
hear
wasn't
in the
fucking
trunk.
with us.
Yeah. So immaculate of a rhyme scheme that allows you to just like really lock in on the verse. And then like the fact these like one-liners that he's throwing out here are so good too. Moving
Yeah.
weight was like lipo. Like most of it is kind of like flexing, talking about their life and the stuff they would do. But then there's also like when you're young, you realize that you can't trust a mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. I love in Malice's verse. He used to call me Windex because this thing I spray gonna make you change minds.
Yeah. This whole album is just amazing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether or not if they're going to release another album together or if this is just kind of like a reunite one
time.
and done sort of. I mean, they're up there. Malice is like 52.
Yeah.
I will say too, there are several older rappers that are still trying to like stay in the game. Either goes one of two ways where it's like they don't evolve much from like what originally made them great early in their career. like an Eminem
Yeah, I was gonna
type of
say.
deal. Yeah. Marshall Mathers. Both a little bit nostalgic, but also maybe it's time to kind of evolve from
Move on.
that.
Yeah.
Or
Lil Wayne a little bit is on that same track.
Lil Wayne. Sometimes they like do kind of evolve and mature, and the subject matter is a little bit different. And it works well, like a Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Nas. But like you can still tell that, and Malice, I think, is a perfect example of that. Is like this is to the core Malice, but he's much older now. Subject matter like is both the same, but also just like reflects the new life experiences that he's had.
Yeah.
And I think this is a textbook example of how rappers should age if they want to stay in the game. Just like unbelievable performance throughout this album for Malice and Pusha T, but it's Malice especially.
Yeah, no, this is a fantastic album. If you haven't gotten into this lane of hip hop, because I know it is like a very specific lane of hip hop that Clips kind of occupy, but like check it out. The fact, honestly, that they restrict themselves a little bit in their subject matter, I think makes it even more impressive.
Yeah.
The way they're able to just like weave words together and make some hilarious references, some amazing like wordplay and bars. Check it out. This is our favorite album of the year. Caps off like a really just amazing year for music. All of the albums we've listened through today are amazing. And like we said, there's plenty more that are like on our list that we absolutely loved. And the fact that like my number 30 album of the year is still like, I'm a huge fan of it, is really, really saying something.
For sure.
So we'll include here like our full list of each of us individually, with some honorable mentions and stuff like that. And we'll post that as well on other socials. Drop a comment. Let us know what your favorite album of the year was. Was there anything huge that we missed? There's so much music, honestly. I know there's some albums that I've heard really amazing things about, and I just haven't had the chance to listen to them. So like I know there's even more stuff that we need to get put onto. So like put us onto it, drop something in the comments and let us know.
And if you end up checking out one of these albums that you haven't listened to, let us know what your thoughts are. I think that's a wrap. Thanks to anybody that spent the time to listen through this. We like to ramble on a little bit, so if, for anybody that's interested in that conversation, we appreciate you listening. We had a lot of fun reviewing some of our favorite albums this year. Whatever album I decide to bring to you next time, I'm excited to go over that with you. So it probably won't be till after the new year.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed this special year-end review episode for 2025. If you liked the episode, follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, at the Off Track Podcast, and leave us a comment on what your favorite albums were this year. All right. Happy holidays. See you guys next year.